My name is Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with IRS. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I've worked over about 10,000 cases. I worked at IRS for a decade, been in private practice for four decades. I'm a national expert in all representation matters concerning IRS. I'm available for consultation and representation. So today I want to talk about what happens if you're a first-time filer and what do you expect from the IRS. First of all, you don't need to be afraid to file at all. IRS is just happy to have you in the system. I have many people call me every year and say I haven't filed ever. You know, this is my first time. What do I go ahead and do? Well, the process is really easy, and IRS isn't going to treat you any different than anyone else because, I don't know, there's like 150 million tax returns that are filed a year. And believe it or not, IRS isn't really tracking you down unless you're a criminal. So what IRS is going to do is at the end of the day, they're just going to take your tax return and process it. But if you're a first-time filer, IRS is going to want you to go back 6 years and file. IRS has a policy statement, 5-133. You can look that up yourself, IRS policy statement 5-133, where it says IRS would like the last 6 years worth of returns. If you've been on a W-2 all your life, I recommend filing just 3 years worth of returns. You probably lost a lot of refund money, but IRS does require 6 years. So if that's the case and you want to file and you're a first-time filer, you can call a professional company to do your filing. But what that professional is going to do is we're going to go and pull your IRS transcripts up on a back-end portal, and we're going to find out what IRS has for your income, your W-2s and 1099s, and we're going to construct your 6 years worth of returns from the information that they have. Now, some of you may be a cash or 1099 person, and a lot of times those 1099s or cash weren't reported. So what do? Well, as being former IRS agents, we're excellent in tax reconstruction, so we can just reconstruct your tax return. It isn't really that big of a deal. If I'm doing a tax reconstruction and I know, say 2 years ago you paid $1,500 for rent, I can back into your taxable income because rent is about 30 to 35% of your income. So I can come up with an amount of money that you made. But if you're a first-time filer, don't be afraid to file. IRS is simply going to take the returns. When they process them, they're going to ask you how you're going to pay the debt. And there's one of three ways you're going to go ahead and get out of this situation you're in. IRS is going to take a financial statement on you. They're either going to find that you are currently non-collectible and suspend your case for a couple years, which most are, or you'll enter a payment agreement. 6.5 million people do that. Or you're going to go ahead and do an offer and compromise and settle your debt for pennies on a dollar. So IRS basically will take their financial statement on you, and once they get that and once they document it, they're just going to go ahead and put you in one of the three categories. But the big thing is to take that fear away from you and say, hey, you don't really, there's millions, there's probably 1 million people this year filing for the first time, maybe 500,000. Let me be more realistic. But you have to get back in the system if you ever want a mortgage and people want returns. It's just not a big deal, and you got to get over this fear thing. If you're hiring a professional company to do this, us or someone else, they know how to do this. You're not going to feel any effect whatsoever of getting back in the system. You have more fear and anxiety because you don't know the system, but that's what our tax professionals can do. But if you're going to do this yourself, do it yourself, but you don't have to get all fearful. By the way, we're available for consultation and representation. Like I said, I've worked thousands of cases, so we can get you back in the system. Or if you know someone, give them a call and get back in that way. But remember, IRS has more information on your computer than they think. Thank you for listening to me. I would really love a subscription. There's a little bell there. YouTube likes me to have have subscriptions. They kind of move me up the charts a little. So if you want me to do a YouTube, leave a comment. Say, Michael, this would be a neat idea to do a YouTube. Most of my YouTubes really come from you. So anyway, if you need me for representation or consultation, you have my information. Thank you.